One day, a little boy went to his father and asked him, "Dad, what can you tell me about the future?" His dad looked at him and announced, "The future will be different." While this is a pearl of simple wisdom, it's easier for most people to forget it. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the hidden truth about your future. If you are new here, consider subscribing so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Now, here's the thing. The hidden truth about your future is that it will be different from today. I call this a hidden truth because most of us don't like to think about it. And because we don't like to think about it, the future comes to us when we least expect it. My personal story. After I had my first breakthrough in business, I simply believed that I will never be broke again. While my financial education didn't allow me to spend money wastefully, I was so much carried away by the money my business was making, so much that I didn't imagine that anything unexpected could happen. However, I woke up one morning to a piece of sad news about our major business, and that led to the loss of more than 50% of our revenue. I had a business, employees, and a family, but I had no emergency fund, particularly no money we could use to keep all our staff and my family together. I was forced to lay off most of my employees, and it took more than 6 months before the business regained its strength. Yes, I was stupid, but so are most of us about the future. Living in yesterday. The first group of people who often forget tomorrow is the people who are going through difficulties right now. People who are going through difficult times often think it will last forever. Because of this pessimistic view about the future, they become depressed and not able to proactively tackle their life's challenges. These people are living in yesterday. Now listen to me. Every problem is like a drug. It has an expiration date. You may not be able to see the expiration date of your problem right where you are now, but you have to believe that such date does exist. Are you unemployed, broke, or running a business that doesn't give you money? That period will expire. Something else will happen. I may not know what will happen, but I can tell you, something different will happen soon, and you have to optimistically wait for such change. If you don't expect the change in your nearest future to be a positive one, you won't wake up every day with a renewed hope. And when your life doesn't communicate hope, it affects your decisions, actions, and results. Take for instance, if you are unemployed and you don't believe that you could get your dream job, you simply will not try to look for a job as much as you need to. If you are running a little business but don't make money and you believe in your ability to build a successful company, then you'll read new books, search for other entrepreneurs who can give you insight, wake up every day with a renewed enthusiasm. Because of the faith you have in your future, then you will have a lot of enthusiasm, and this will reflect in everything you do, which will eventually help you to get what you want out of life. If you're going through any difficulty at this point, I encourage you to remember this. Every problem expires. We all can be sure of the fact that the future will be different from today. What we don't know, however, is whether the future will be better or worse. To make your future better, you have to believe that it will be better. Because if you don't believe that tomorrow has a better thing for you, you might get the worst thing from tomorrow, because our actions are being influenced by our thoughts. People who believe something great can happen to them think good thoughts, read good books, dream great things, try great things, and when they fail, because they believe that they can actually succeed, they try again and again. Winston Churchill said, "If you're going through hell, keep going. If you keep going with faith in your ability to get out of hell, you'll get out of the hell." When the going is good. Look around you and remember the businesses which were doing great last few years. Look around you and remember musicians who were the best yesterday. Look around you and remember very successful people who have become poor and broke. What happened? Well, the truth is that tomorrow is always going to be different. There is no status quo in life. Nothing stays the same. If you're successful today, don't ever forget this. Tomorrow will be different. You will either become more successful tomorrow or you become a failure. If you have a job that's giving you $200,000 a year right now, remember that tomorrow will be different. If you have a business that's giving you $1 million in profit per annum right now, remember tomorrow will be different. New technology may be invented that will change your industry forever. A new competitor could come up who knows what your company doesn't. There could be a major shift in customers' preference. Just anything unexpected can happen. This is not to scare you, but to make you aware of the universal truth. Nothing in life remains the same forever. Look at the history. Historically, human beings rarely catch up with the future. For instance, according to Wikipedia, more than 500 automobile companies were in the United States by the first decade of the 20th century, but in few decades, only a few of them remained. And as you can see today, probably Ford Motors is the only one that remained. When the printing press was invented in the 15th century, cats and rats started different businesses in the printing industry. Then the radio came, and then the TV, and then the internet. One important fact we must remember is that most people who took advantage of the printing press technology never took advantage of the radio, and most people who took advantage of the TV are victims of the internet boom. The reason is that human beings rarely believe that the future will be different. We have the tendency to believe that Facebook, for instance, will remain forever. So if we use Facebook primarily to promote our business, we think that Christmas will last forever. We have the tendency to think that YouTube, for instance, will last forever. So if you're a content creator like myself, you can easily think that you've arrived. Well, the world as you see it today will be unbelievably different from the world that will exist in the next 2 decades. Why did we make this video? What do I expect you to do? Simple. I want you to be prepared for the future. If you're going through a difficult time, I want you to understand that there's a change coming in the future. Your responsibility is to make sure that the change is in your favor. This means that you have to prepare, expect, and be optimistic. If everything is going fine for you in your business right now, you also need to prepare for the change because it's coming. You have to understand where the world is going so that you can be there before everyone, because that's the only way you can remain relevant in the future. You have to understand the new technologies and how they can affect your industry, business, or job. You have to understand the new trends so you'll be prepared to either take advantage of them or change your strategies. You have to save some money because when change comes, it may affect your finance. If we understand that the future will be different, we will position ourselves to take advantage of the future. Your future will be different from what it is today. That's the truth. You have the responsibility to prepare and take advantage of the future. Don't live in yesterday. Stop living in today. Be prepared for tomorrow.